WWE 2K25 has its fourth DLC pack around the corner, and it is very, very close. And man, I am super excited for this DLC pack because the one and only Mark Henry will be in this DLC pack. So I do think that that is a huge W in my opinion, because WWE 2K is known for taking these DLC packs and nailing them out the park. So that is very, very exciting. Looking at this DLC pack, it is going to include not only Mark Henry, but the long-awaited return of Victoria. You're going to have Billy Gunn, which I still don't know how he got into this game with him being such an integral part of AEW, or, was, whatever the case may be with Billy Gunn. It is still interesting to see him in this DLC pack, and I think fans are actually really excited to see him in this game. So I do wonder what attire they're going to give him, all types of good stuff. But then again, man, you are going to be able to do some really, really cool stuff with Billy Gunn and the return of Road Dogg as well. So those DX fans, you guys can go on ahead and suck it about that. Yeah, I mean, you guys can go on ahead and put them in a team, but yeah, then again, it is going to be exciting to see all these characters get in there. D'Lo Brown, that's probably for me personally the downside in this DLC, but I mean, 4 out of 5, bro, you really can't complain. Victoria getting in this game is going to be really, really huge for those women's wrestling fans, right? That's really, really good. But again, I do feel that in this year's DLC, there were barely any women, bro. Like the first DLC pack when we got Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, I thought that that was a really well-balanced DLC pack. But then after that, it was like, whoa, what happened? Just, a lot of the men, they got, their returns into the game. But I know that a lot of fans are waiting for more women's wrestling. I would love to see Kelly Kelly in the future. I would love to see a ton of them. Kelly Kelly, like, that's my number one person that I really want in the DLC. That's a woman for sure. Like I want her in this game next year for sure. Like there's and Jacqueline is another one as well who really played a huge part in the Divas time and all that stuff. So I am excited to go on ahead and hopefully see them in the future, as I believe Jacqueline has signed a WWE Legends deal. Why she's not in the game this year, I don't know, because I do think that she has been signed for a little minute now, but I do think that we will see her next year. At the end of the day, they can't cram all of these in because, again, you got to find ways to, sell this DLC this upcoming year, along with Brock Lesnar as well. That is another one that I don't know what's going to happen with DLC in 2K26, and I know we're kind of steering away from the main topic of this video, but we got to talk about that DLC, man. Brock, he may just very well be DLC next year, his long-awaited return into the game, and I say long because, man, people did complain about this guy not being in the game after he was taken out late notice in 2K24. The only way to play with Brock was the showcase mode, so getting him back into this game would be probably monumental for a lot of fans. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff out there, lots of allegations, and I'm just strictly talking about the game, so just want to make you aware of that. But that is going to be something that we'll have to go on ahead and see unfold. Will he be on the main roster? Will he be DLC? They do have to find a way to continue selling this game every single year. Aside from, roster updates, we do need more features and all that good stuff. But let's be honest for a second, man. Every single year, they got the biggest roster ever. So that is definitely something that we're going to have to go on ahead and wait on with 2K26. As you guys know, 2K always has some surprise in store, something that you can do that the DLC pack allows you to do, whether it's a certain weapon, certain exclusive wrestler animations, just different things. I am super excited for that. I'm hoping that we get Hall of Fame Mark Henry. Give me that version of Mark Henry, man. I mean, I really, really like the addition of Mark Henry getting back in the game. Honestly, I don't want the old Mark Henry in here. I think that it would be cool if we had 2-3 different attires. Like, what if they took the DLC packs and gave us, one for the modern times where they were, around, and then you gave us one where they were, starting their careers off. I think that would be cool. Obviously, that's a lot more content for 2K to do, but it would be, cool to get both options in my opinion. Now, Mark Henry getting in here with the theme song and everything, that's really what I want. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody go. Give me all that. You feel what I'm saying? That does have me hyped a little bit, right? Obviously, the game does have some issues, and, we got to bring that up every video. We do got some patches most likely coming out with this DLC next month, and the release date of this DLC is September 17th. So we got to be on the lookout for that, man. I'm excited for September 17th. We always get something good, bro. Those DLC days do be looking crazy. So I do hope that we do get that soon. I do wonder, being that I have the Switch 2 version, if I will get the DLC earlier than people on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. I don't really know, but that was something that happened while me being on the Switch 2. When I got the version of the game, I had pent in all the wrestlers and all the DLC before they went ahead and dropped on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So again, something else to keep in mind if you are a Switch 2 user. Again, man, the DLC, we're almost to the end, and it's really crazy to say that we are on the 4th DLC pack. We only got one more to go. After September, we got November. After November, that's it. We're off to the races, and we're talking about 2K26 again. And honestly, speaking about 2K26 again doesn't even sound right. Like, we're about to go right back into the cycle of, all right, what do we want? Wish list. Who's going to be the showcase? Is there going to be a showcase? And that's really, the theme. And this game has had lots of issues, but I think 2K has delivered a decent product this year. I think that, I am excited for 2K26. I want to say I think. Obviously, this game did have some really, really bad road bumps, but I think that the team has proven that they are working harder and harder and harder. And just going even back to the patches, right? We've seen some really, really big patches throughout the year. In September, we are obviously going to get some sort of patch, but I just don't know at this point, what can they go on ahead and fix? Going into September, seeing that, we only have a couple more months left in the cycle, because right around November, again, it's pretty much over after that. We just waiting. We might get some occasional patches here and there, but nothing really monumental. So when looking at the next patch, I wouldn't really expect anything game-changing. It doesn't really feel like any of the patches that they've dropped in the last month have been game-changing, and we really got a lot of the game-changing stuff within Universe mode and all those other modes and the things that were actually broken earlier in the year. So I wouldn't expect nothing too big, but I would always expect some more animations, some more moves, and just things that pertain to certain wrestlers. That's really what I genuinely look forward to when getting this DLC and playing it. I like going in there seeing, okay, what did they do that this wrestler does? I thought that they nailed the great colleague Shaq, who is obviously an NBA player, and you guys don't really like the fact that they went ahead and added those, but again, it would be cool as well to see that on all of these wrestlers, because Shaq was somebody that they definitely nailed out the park. That his animations, everything were super dope. So was Tyrese and all those guys, and I really, really want to continue to see them do that, because I think that that's what's going to separate each wrestler from each other, aside from the movesets and all that good stuff. So just my 2 cents with that, man. I know that I'm rambling here and I'm talking a lot, but I am really, really excited for this DLC pack just because of Mark Henry. I really, really like Mark Henry. I grew up watching Mark Henry, so being able to see my boy in this game after a very, very, very long time is going to be super, super exciting. Nonetheless, though, guys, there is not really much else coming. And it's kind of crazy, because now we're getting at the point where we just don't have much news to speak on, right? So now we're going to start getting into, the stuff that we want in the new game, the changes that we would like to see, and just things like that, man. We're going to keep continuing to bring you content, because I know that I've been very, very off this summer. It's been a busy summer for me, man. So just bear with me, hang in there. I appreciate you guys supporting me, still coming through the channel, dropping a like. And if you haven't been watching, I don't know what to tell you. But for those that have been watching, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned for more. I'm going to catch y'all. Hey.